Hello friends, SentinalhMC here, and welcome back to our Revolution 2 Let's Play series. In this episode, we're going to go ahead and do the upgrade to our blast furnace that we were preparing for in the previous episode. If I come here into the little building, you'll be able to see that I have indeed built the fluid tank and plumbed it into the coke oven. So I threw some logs in here, and indeed it's producing charcoal, and its creosote oil is going straight into the tank. So there's currently 57,500 millibuckets. You have to be holding some sort of container in order to actually see that number pop up. So we're good there. We got creosote oil in that tank. And if I ever want to use that creosote oil for something like automatic production of things, I could run a pipe out of there into the workshop if I ever wanted to do that. But now we are going to go ahead and craft ourselves the improved blast furnace, because I also went ahead and smelted up 30 steel ingots. I only need 27, but we got 30. And we're going to go ahead and chuck these, except we're going to go ahead and chuck 27 of these onto this conveyor belt. We're going to see if it works. Should work. So what I've done is oh, come on, stupid magnet thing. Take off the ring of magnetization so that it will quit pulling things back to me. So I went ahead and I added on a dropping conveyor belt and a chest at the end of the metal press, just so that the items will just won't fall off the end. It looks a little weird when it... What? I guess if you stand too close, it'll still give it to you. But it looks a bit funny when it kind of flies into the air before it falls. But it works just like a hopper on the conveyor belt, and it drops it down into the chest. I really wish you could put filters on these things. If you could, it would be just amazing, in my opinion. So it's too bad you can't do that. But oh well. If you're wondering, things that are on conveyor belts won't despawn, so there's no risk in these steel bars despawning, no matter how long they stay on that conveyor belt. Just makes sense for that to happen. There we go. 27 steel plates didn't even take very long. So next step is to take all 27 blast bricks and all 27 steel plates and combine them together into reinforced blast bricks. Now, I actually need a hopper for this. And it takes iron plates. Good. If it had taken steel, I'd be in trouble, actually, because I just converted all my blast bricks. So we'll make 5 iron plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm already thinking you could totally use applied energistics to automate this, using formation planes and whatnot, to drop things onto the machine, onto the conveyor belt. Okay, so we got our iron plates. Now we need to make a chest. So 8 planks, chest, iron plates, hopper. And before I use this to craft something, I want to see what the... yeah, see? So in the wooden hopper, the stack size is 16. I need to make one of these for the sifter. Okay, so I was figuring out where to put this stuff, and I can't actually fit this over here. This is 5 blocks, but right up against the crusher. And I don't actually want to put it right up against the crusher, so I figured I could put it in here. So I've moved my ladder back over into this corner here, and I'm going to put my... I'm going to put it here, my thing. So I need to leave a space on the right side here, and I'm going to be placing it like this. And the reason I'm doing it like this is because I need to have an empty space in the back in case I want to auto pull out the slag. And as I'm building this stuff, I realize this building here is a bit small. I could put this up here, but I feel like there's no real good reason to do that. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what's going to go up here, but yeah, it's not that. You know, could put the crusher up here, but, you know, that actually might be a good idea. I'll think about it. But that actually might be a good idea. Because then the output would be right on the edge there, and I could just stick the sifter and stuff down there. But anyway, we need to put our hopper on top, and I can't see it anymore. So hopper goes there. Then we whack it with a hammer. Pop. Refined arts. Okay, so we now have ourselves an improved blast furnace. Okay, so I've already crafted the components for making the preheaters. So external heaters, sheet metal, and fluid pipes. So we now have our blast furnace preheaters. You can just stick one there, walk around to the back, stick it there. So we've got our preheaters. Now we need to plumb them in with power. So I got my LV wire connector. Because these things don't need a lot of power. These things need, I think, 32. So that's obstructed, so I can't do that, which is too bad because I was hoping I'd be able to do that. So it looks like in order to connect the one over here, I'm going to need another connector on the wall. I never like... it's not that big of a deal, really. The connectors are cheap, and the wire is pretty cheap. So that should do it. That there. This didn't even obstruct that wire connection, which is good. Grab that. Oh. I wasn't expecting that to happen. These preheaters aren't supposed to take more than... they're not supposed to take that much. 32 RF per tick. And we can send up to 256. No, we can send several thousand through low voltage wires without burning them up. So now, why did that burn up? It shouldn't have burned up. One of the connection points is invalid. Weird. So that connected. Let us... I got one more LV wire before I have to make some more. Let us try and hook it up again. It burned the wires up. Why? It should not be burning the wires. These things don't take that much power. Interesting. And also extremely annoying. Huh. Alright. Well. We're gonna have to smelt ourselves some copper. Oh, we got some copper in here. Sweet. Well, I'm not liking this. Let's craft some more cable. Where's my wire cutter? Did I ever build one? I don't think I did. It's like... I don't know how to make the wire cutter. Okay, yeah, that's how you do it. Let's try something. Let's remove that and just plug this one blast furnace preheater in. No problem. Energy stored 8,000. Oh, come on. So now this is full up. Now if we go ahead and hook this in, well, it's fine. What on earth? Why was it melting before? There was no reason for that. Get out of here. I'm not linking. Because now it's working fine. Now it's not... It didn't melt. I tell you that I don't understand this thing sometimes because I really don't. 8,000 RF. Alright, we're good. Well, that was frustrating. Okay, so now we got it. We got our improved blast furnace hooked up. Hopefully when I fire it up, it won't, you know, melt the wire instantly. Let's test this. We're going to need some more C4, because I know that one block of cold coke can smelt 10 of these. So we'll just throw this in here. I need to move that and get it somewhere else. I think I might actually put my crusher upstairs. It would just streamline the whole outputting thing. Because then I could output the dusts straight down through the floor. And I could have the sifters, the sifter right there. Because it's the same height. See? It's at the same... No, it's... Yeah. Basically. I need like one more hopper or something. Or just raise it up a little bit. That would actually work quite well. So I may end up doing that. We'll see. Anyway. Block of cold coke. 10 iron ingots. And look, the wires are not melting. So I don't know what it was. But... it was weird. Now the question is, 7961 appears to be the operating. 7959. Alright, they're maintaining, so we do have enough power to run those. I don't think we have enough power to also run the crusher, because the crusher and the external heater can't get along, and that uses a lot less power than these things. So there we go. Improved steel production. Fantastic. Now, if we wanted to automatically output this, we could. We could easily run some conveyor belt across this into the, into the item router, actually. If I routed steel ingots to the left. The left one is now full. But if I routed steel ingots to the left, and then grabbed some conveyor belts, I happen to not have enough. Need to make another batch. Did I put my leather in here? No. Gotta get my leather. I got plenty of leather. So how are you guys doing? How was your 4th of July for those of you living in America here, which is most of you? Although I'm not forgetting you international viewers. I can't forget that there's some 60-year-old guys that watch me in Germany. So, appreciate you guys. I got some cold coke over here. Leather. That's what I came for. Just to show you quickly on top of this roof what I had to do to plumb in the little liquid tank. It's not very nice looking. This pipe sticking out of the roof. It's just because this thing is one block too tall to have it all inside. I was thinking of moving the tank to the left so that it would all be covered up by this wood. And I may end up doing that. Well, not anymore. Now that it's full of liquid, I don't want to do that. Because that would be annoying. Lose all the liquid. Or have to pump it all out, but I don't have any other place to put it. So, conveyors are leather, redstone, and I believe... was it iron? I think IV2 iron. Iron, redstone, leather? Yep. Now then, as soon as I hook this in, it should start outputting. It did, but I picked it up. But if we just throw this back in the conveyor belt. There. Now it goes in there and ends up in the chest. Excellent. Now, we can't have the crusher output all of our iron into the blast furnace. We would need a way to split it up and send a very small proportion of our iron straight into the blast furnace. But again, putting our crusher on the second floor there, it would be good for that as well. But how tall is this thing? This thing is 3 blocks tall, right? 1, 2, 3, and the conveyor belt needs to be on the 4th. So it's just no. Stupid conveyor belt. I'm gonna break that. It's stupid to put it there. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. So it's just high enough for that conveyor belt to reach the input. So it's 3 blocks wide. 2, 3, 4. This is 4. So it actually it's wider than. What am I thinking of? Well, it's got to go the long way. It'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th is where that conveyor belt is, and then underneath is where the sifter would go, and then yeah. We'd still have an issue with trying to send stuff straight up. I need to use a chest at the back there to catch the slag. We're gonna take up this conveyor belt because it's getting annoying. But let's see. Is that a good idea? I think it might be a good idea. No, we're not going to put the slag there. The slag is going to go into this chest. Now, unfortunately, this crusher still has a lot of items in it. Now, if I break the crusher, do I get those items back? I have no idea. I don't actually know. But now we have improved blast furnace up and running. We can actually produce steel at a faster rate. So that brings us to our next thing that we need to build, or that I want to build. Diesel generator. 6 generator blocks, 9 radiator blocks, and 27 heavy engineering blocks. Let's check out and see what we need for these various blocks. At immersive, my most used filter. Okay, I'm looking for generator blocks. Connect dynamos, that's right. So quite a bit of copper. Radiator blocks, also quite a bit of copper. I get the water bucket back, right? If I don't get the water bucket back, that'll be annoying. Having to craft those. Honestly, before I craft this, I actually think my next thing needs to... I want to craft an assembler. I'd like to craft an assembler and make it craft me these engineering blocks. Yes, please. So let's see. Assembler. Scaffolding, engineering blocks, sheet metal, structural arms, conveyor belt. Yep. Not that expensive. Crusher is really really loud. We're currently processing lead. Lots of lead. Lead. Blood, blood, blood. Get in there. And once that's finished, I'll move the crusher. Because yeah, I do think that a lot of my problems with the crusher will be solved by putting it upstairs. Does mean I'll have to climb the ladder in order to mess with it, but I don't think I'll have to mess with it very often. Just head up here again and think about this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks wide up here, but I should be able to walk on this little bit here because what's going to happen is we're going to have the crusher taking up these 3, and then there's going to be the item router right on the output, which is going to end up being right here somewhere. And right underneath that is where I'm going to put the sifter and stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. We built our improved blast furnace and had some more melting wires happen. Stay tuned for future episodes. I'm SentinalH, and I'm signing out.